Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
This is Finish Line.
This episode is an exclusive production solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, transmission of the accounts without the express written consent or permission is restricted and prohibited. To hear this replay or other previous podcasts, download on iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, and TuneIn. As always, this show is for you. Thank you for listening.
This is Finish Line. Undisputed, unrealistic, unscripted, and unrehearsed. This is Finish Line, a weekly podcast talking about the positive and negative of motorsports, asking the questions to drivers, promoters, and personalities, getting the information and responses of the sport others dare not to ask or even discuss. This is Finish Line. This radio podcast is from the heart, an in-depth analysis of everything in NASCAR, NHRA, IHRA, IndyCar, grassroots motorsports, asphalt, dirt, drag racing, karting, tractor pulling, boat racing, demolition derbies, and much more. From touring events to national, regional, weekly, and more. This is the podcast where the bull stops here. Whether it's asphalt, dirt, or drag racing, or anything else in life, there is always a finish line. Now, he's a respected veteran broadcaster with over 20-plus years experience calling all forms of sports for public address, TV, and radio, from NASCAR to the grassroots. Please welcome your host, Wesley Outland. This is Finish Line.
Racetrack revival continuing here in Wilkes County, North Carolina. Up topside in the Crow's Nest, we welcome you to a very special Finish Line Live Motorsports show from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. The hype has been just absolutely exciting for the last 4 months since its announcement. Obviously, so many people back behind Save the Speedway and more did what they needed to do to make this happen. And of course, the place roared back to life last night in front of a sold-out crowd. And we are ready to do it again tonight. Fox Sports Radio in the Carolinas, Community Radio Network, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify. For thanks to our video coverage, from LSR Productions. We are live at North Wilkesboro Speedway. It is a beautiful day, Wednesday, and day number 2 of the Racetrack Revival. Good afternoon. I'm Wesley Outland again from Wilkes County, North Carolina. All the people behind the scenes running the boards like Charles Wooten at our production studios. We are mobile, by the way. All of this stuff is being done mobilely. And coming up here in the next 2 hours, we are going to go from the press box where we are right now. There's one of the producers, Miss Adrian, getting things ready. You know, we always talk about, a lot of people think you just open up the gates and go racing. That's not the case. You get here early. We're sometimes the last to leave to prepare for these productions, all the work that goes behind doing these things. Charles and I are kind of on a different capacity where we're not able to communicate and talk with one another, but we are able to, chat together. But you see North Wilkesboro Speedway in all of its glory getting ready for racing action. We're kind of changing the camera angles around. I am Wesley Outland, and we certainly hope that you and yours, wherever you are around the world, is looking forward to this moment. It was something that we put together mainly at the last midnight hour, thanks to, of course, Brandon Brown, so many other people, Marcus Smith, SMI, of course, all the people that have made this event happen. And it was a phenomenal night last night. I've said this several times before. I'm so privileged and blessed to be able to travel all over the country announcing sports. But last night was just something that was just surreal. And to be honest with you, it is exactly what the doctor ordered. It is exactly what this racetrack needed. They needed to come out and make a statement right out of the gate, and they done just that. So coming up in just a few moments, we are getting ready to go to the racetrack. We're going to walk the speedway. We're going to grab some people along the way. My hand might be numb. My hand might grow tired holding this camera. Obviously, I'm trying to follow the rules because they said no selfie sticks. So I'm trying to follow the protocol. We'll probably take more commercials than we usually do. But man, yeah, look at that. Charles back in Texas at our production studio. There is the sold out crowd of the entire front grandstand last night. I know you got some more images. We'll show them throughout the night, but go ahead and look at these other images from different angles. Obviously, look at that. Look at that. Just absolutely amazing. Yeah, you don't have to show me. Look at those pictures for sure. From different folks sending some pictures, of course, from last night. Oh, and by the way, I just want to go back and show you one more thing before we get ready to go to commercial break and we get ready to go down trackside. We're going to sit in the grandstands and talk about the history of this racetrack. We're going to go down in the pits in a few bits and grab some interviews with touring modified drivers, dignitaries, special people, modified drivers, Carolina Crate Modified Series drivers, so much more. They're thrashing. But one more before we do get ready to go to commercial break. I just want to show you one more time all of this work that's going behind what they're working on getting this racetrack prepped up and prepared for tonight. Like literally right now as we speak, there's people going down there, cleaning the racetracks. There's fans right now that are still walking in, taking a look at the sights and sounds of all the cool things that went on at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And what a beautiful day it was. We are getting ready to take our first extended commercial break. When we come back, we're going outside. We're going to the pits. We're grabbing interviews. We're setting the stage for the resurrection of the Racetrack Revival at North Wilkesboro Speedway, live on Finish Line Motorsports Show from this exciting racetrack that everybody loves in the Tar Heel state of North Carolina. We're back with more in a moment.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to Finish Line. We are live via location at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Whether you are watching thanks to LSR Productions or you are listening to our audio coverage, replays will be available on all podcast outlet platforms as soon as we go live off the air. But hey, this is awesome. Look at this as work is going on from cleaning up the memories that was made last night from the resurrection of a track that's been shut down for almost 20 years. The last time the NASCAR Cup Series was in action was here, and fans flocked to the grandstands in 1996. Of course, four-time NASCAR Cup Series champion Jeff Gordon was the winner of the Tyson Holly Farms 400. There was then some other small events like the Pass Race. Chris Eggleston won that $75,000 show back in April of 2011. Oh, and 2020 NASCAR Cup Series champion, young man back in the day, Chase Elliott was the first winner of the Pass Super Late Model Series back in 2010. But then after that, kind of sat dormant for a while until the powers that be of so many people got together and brought this track back to life. I told you in our first segment that I have the privilege to be able to travel all across the country to see this place packed to its full capacity. They had to literally turn people away at the gate because there was no more front grandstand tickets available from reserved or bought at the ticket office for race day. To say, guys, we're sold out right out of the gate. A lot of negativists were like, what are they thinking, trying to do a Tuesday night race? This entire mass flock was sold out, and what an exciting show it was for sure. So welcome back, North Wilkesboro Speedway, in a big, big way. The racetrack revival continues here tonight. By the way, for those that are tuned into our Fox Sports Radio coverage of Finish Line, for those that are watching as well, you can go to watchnws.com. That is watchnws.com, and you can be able to check out the Finish Line live show here right now, and then you can be able to go later tonight, roughly about 6:30, racenws.com, to be able to check out all the action from North Wilkesboro Speedway. You see some of the volunteers, you see some of the employees of this racetrack revival of North Wilkesboro Speedway literally picking up trash, clearing the grandstands. If it would have been me, I probably would have done it last night when it was cooler. But, of course, whatever they got to do to get it done, they're getting it done. They're getting everything cleared up and ready to go again for tonight. Just absolutely special. There were so many people that were here from SMI, Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, from Bristol Motor Speedway, from Charlotte Motor Speedway, I saw folks from SMI as far as Las Vegas Motor Speedway that were here, a part of this special moment. And yes, for those that are watching, we're on the racetrack. Charles, I don't know if you can give me any kind of your comments or thoughts, and we'll kind of relay it, because obviously we're not able to. Give us a lap walking. Hey, so I don't know if if we can make a whole lap. Hey, officers, can you give me a lap around the racetrack? We're live on Fox Sports Radio. Huh? It doesn't matter. Oh, wow. Well, basically the powers that be, the deputies, I think they just told me to take a hike. So, no, it's all good. We might walk the racetrack here in a little bit. But look at this. Awesome, awesome place here. So, hey, we're going to the pits. That's what we're here for on Finish Line, to go to the pits at, ta-da! Look at this. This is where we're at, people. This is what it's all about. North Wilkesboro Speedway. For the next 2 hours, we're going to the pit area. So we see some of the cars, the modifieds, the mighty modifieds. There's one of the Carolina Crate modified cars, Brian Weber from Long Island, New York. There is his tour mod. Brian, we're live on Fox Sports Radio on Finish Line. You having fun racing at North Wilkesboro? You're our first driver guest on the show today, live from the track.
It's amazing to be part of history on the second coming of this place. And we didn't have a great day yesterday, but we're looking forward to getting another shot at it. We got 2 sporty race cars, and we don't make any human errors, and I do a good job in the seat. I think we'll have a good day today.
So how do you get rid of the butterflies and the excitement knowing that you're a part of a history-making moment like last night, seeing the sold-out crowd, but putting that aside and focus on what you got to do, racing for a checkered flag and making history, winning?
It does give you the butterflies the first couple laps, but yesterday I spent about a minute or two with Dale Jr., and I told him I met his dad exactly August 5th, 1988 at the ORP, my first Busch race. And it puts reality in perspective. I've been on 50-something racetracks, and this is a cool place. And I used to live 5 miles from here for about 6 years. My grandmother's house is 2 miles from here. My mom's 5 miles from here. My dad's 10 miles up the road. So I've been by here many, many times. And I was here the last night they ran here back in the 90s with the modified. So it's a thrill to be part of the history. And, you know, my years are on the end of my racing career. So put this in my my book that I'll write eventually is a thrill.
Oh, that's Brian Weber, and we'll let him go. And, of course, from Long Island, New York, now from Race City, USA, and Mr. Brian Weber there. The drivers getting prepared, getting ready for tonight. Some of these modified cars. We're going to go all the way through the pits. A fun time here on Finish Line. Gary Myers, there is the number 4. That's the driver, of course, from Walnut Cove, North Carolina, Jason Myers. There's his car. Jason Myers' crew working on the number 4. Burt Myers is doing double duty. He is not only in the Carolina Crate Modified number 54, he is also in his number 1 tour mod. And there they are. We'll grab them here. You've seen them on Finish Line, or you've heard them. We'll grab Jason next. But Burt, you're now live on Finish Line from the racetrack. How cool is it to be here, a part of what a great night at North Wilkesboro last night?
Just being here in general, man, this is awesome. A lot of memories come back. You sit there and you see the full crowd and the full field of cars. And, I mean, the racing was amazing last night in all divisions. I'm hoping we can back up the excitement from last night again tonight We just need to be a little bit closer to the front this time.
Very special to see this entire grandstand slam full with fans last night, especially after back in the early 2000s or early 90s, you ran a modified race here.
Yeah, I've run about 4 times here. I was fortunate enough to ride the lift with my dad in the 90s when he won in the modified down here. So they've let me know I'm the only Myers that has not won here. So got to try to do something about that tonight.
Racing not only your tour car, but also you're racing a Carolina Crate Modified. How much fun did you have racing with that series last night? You were right up in the shuffle of the top 5, of course, with that young 11-year-old Paulie Hartwig, the third one.
It's different. It's different. You actually drive these cars harder than you do the tour cars because they're down on power. You got less tire. You got a harder tire, so there's way less grip. We're learning this deal, so we got ourselves behind the 8 ball because we qualified so bad. So it just took me forever to get to the front, where hopefully tonight we can start closer to the front and won't have to use up so much to get there. But love racing with them guys. I respect all divisions, all racers. No matter what car you got and how much money you spend, everybody has the same passion. So
my producer in Texas, Charles, says I'm digging the hat.
Yeah, well, you see, this head right here gets a little hot. I about got burned up yesterday. So Tommy at CitraSafe, make sure you get that. Tommy at CitraSafe had some hats made. I said, man, I'd love to have one of them straw hats. So, yeah, sometimes
you could fit for a country superstar, a Kenny Chesney maybe.
Sometimes being cool and being comfortable, there's a fine line there. So I don't care where I land as long as I'm comfortable.
Good seeing you, Burt. Burt Myers, ladies and gentlemen. And, of course, that is the number 4, Jason Myers. We'll try to see if we can grab Jason. There's Mr. Gary Myers, one of the greats of modified racing. Gary, always good seeing you. Jason, he has also been on finish line. You're taking North Wilkesboro. What a moment last night, wasn't it?
I mean, really, man, I almost felt like a fan, even though I was on this side of it, looking up there in the grandstands, man, seeing this place full. Dude, there ain't no feeling like that, man. This is his short track racing, dude. You got to love it.
So what's going on with the crew, the car, getting things ready to go for that number 4 that's done really well at Bowman Gray this year, and I know you want to make some history winning here tonight at North Wilkesboro.
Yeah, definitely. I have won here before.
Yes, you have.
But
Burt's the only one that hasn't. He just told me that.
I sure would like to win another one here. We struggled a little bit last night, but, we still had in mind we needed to keep the car in one piece for tonight, but we sandbagged a little too much qualifying yesterday, and then when I realized I was starting 20th, I was like, okay, this might not work. So, yeah, we're throwing a little something different at it tonight to see what we got. I think we're going to have as good a shot as anybody.
What does it mean to literally be a part of something special? I mean, because obviously it wasn't sold out when you were here back a long time ago when you won, but to see this place come back after close to 20 years shut down, and I think the people of North Carolina Motorsports and Wilkes County in general have spoken.
I think so too. I think the state of North Carolina race fans just screamed out something, and I think everybody in the country heard it. So
you think history will repeat itself tonight?
I think history's being made.
Jason, good luck, man. Be safe out there and have fun. That's Jason Myers, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to lie to you. It is hot. I am literally sweating to death here in the pits. Look at these tires. Hey, people talk about these tires here. Last night's race, a lot of grip was put on those tires. They got some new tires. They'll turn around and they'll put new tires on there. They actually have a tire rule because of the tire shortage. They're only less than to have 3 tires per race. So there's the Myers racing team. Please turn radio off. Charles, we can't turn the radio off. We're live on finish line. Not right now. Maybe when we go live. Not right now, though. So. Yeah, look at this. There goes another. Oh, the 39. There's Ryan Newman, the winning car from last night. Of course, this is an awesome undertaking. This entire race team, this team based out of Virginia with Sadler Stanley Racing. Elliott's Hermie Sadler was here. Robert Yates Racing Engine on that beautiful 600 horsepower power plant. Yes, Charles, 3 tires were the only tires they were allowed to purchase. They weren't allowed to get their regular 4, 5, 6 tires like usual. So Ryan Newman won last night, the Rocket Man. And of course, tonight, Jonathan John Boy Brown, someone else that's also been on finish line before, is going to be driving that car. So here's Bobby Labonte's car. I'm sure that Bobby Labonte, if we can grab an interview with him real quickly on our Fox Sports Radio Finish Line show. Bobby, it's always good seeing you at the racetrack. Your take of last night here at North Wilkesboro and just seeing the history that was made. Special night.
Yeah, I mean, obviously there was a ton of people in the grandstands, great racing throughout. I mean, I sat on the back stretch and watched the mini stocks finish their last 25, 30 lap, whatever race they had. And yeah, it was great to see a lot of great competitors. And, hopefully tonight will be a little bit better. So that's about it. But yeah, last night was great.
Big congrats to you on the SRX win at Nashville. How did it feel to win on the SRX series finally?
Yeah, I mean, it was been pretty consistent, at it. But, we were able to have some top fives, top threes, and then we go to Nashville. I thought that was my worst practice I'd had all year, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be very good. But whenever we were able to start the race and kind of changed a couple things in my head as far as the way I drove it, worked out for us to gain a lot of points, start up front, and be able to control the race at that point in time.
Bobby, you were here back when the NASCAR Cup Series competed in 1996 when Jeff Gordon won the last Cup, Tyson Holly Farms 400. As a driver to a fan's perspective, what did it mean to see what we saw last night?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was. I've said this a few times now. It's like you'd expect the racetrack that's not being used for even a test or racing or of any type. What's going on here, right? I mean, schools or this and that or party functions, right? Anything, and for it not to be here. I mean, for it to be tore down and it's now it's going to be a field full of crops or homes or whatever it might be, right? So for a track that went from that long, I mean, obviously I know they run some other races, but still the long time without anything happening. Somebody didn't say, well, let's just tear it down and use this, that, and we'll make a little bit of money, blah, blah, blah. Story goes, it's gone, right? I mean, so that's where the racetracks go. You think about Dale Jr.'s, lost speedways, right? So, but, enough people and the area and interest and everything just kept hoping it would come back, hoping it'd come back. And so as a fan of the speedway and knowing that, as a crew member, driver, and now a driver again, so to come back and to see the grandstands full on the front stretch and, the excitement going around it and, a little paint will go a long ways and hopefully get this thing going a little bit more where it's a regular thing, and not just a, let's see what it does and evaluate it later. Hopefully they'll evaluate it later and say, hey, we need to make it a dirt track. We need to make it an asphalt track. If we do this, then SRX will come or Xfinity or truck or, whatever it might be, all-star race. I mean, there's so many opportunities to have at a really cool racetrack like this and, hope to see more happen with it and, hopefully it will.
Bobby, final question. Could we see you possibly run a super late model or a late model stock or a street stock or something of that capacity before racetrack revival's done besides the modified?
I'm not sure about a street stock. Go that far. But yeah, I mean, I think that, I think anything's a possibility. I'm having a great time right now doing a lot of racing. So, been a great summer and, yeah, I mean, if the opportunity comes around, it'd be great, but, I got to get better tonight at this before I think about that one. So one day at a time.
Bobby, thanks for your time. Ladies and gentlemen, 2000 NASCAR Cup Series champion, SRX winner at Nashville, and, of course, one of the regulars on the Smart Modified Tour. Awesome having him here on Finish Line live from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. That is Bobby Labonte from Corpus Christi, Texas. There is some more of the dignitaries that are getting things ready to go as we roll around here preparing for this big event, the racetrack revival here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. Of course, Chris Williams on his scooter, everybody. We had you on Finish Line back at Caraway. Now we're live, mobile. Can you believe the technology we have to do the things we can do? We're connecting to Texas servers, doing a live motorsports show in the pits at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
I told somebody 2 weeks ago, I said, remember back in the 90s when I was driving a souvenir trailer to each racetrack and you had 8 to 9 hours to think on your own because you couldn't communicate to anybody until you got to the hotel? I said, my eyes have changed. By just looking at something, you can get anything in the world you want. You can do any financial thing you want. You can get it. And it's pretty amazing that you can be in touch, which kind of makes the new generation a little bit lazy, not from the standpoint of being out doing something. It's just they have everything at their fingertip and so they don't have to be as hard as what we had to do growing up. So it is pretty interesting. But I'm gonna tell you right now, what a show last night. I mean, I don't think that North Wilkesboro or our open modified series and stuff that we're working out of could have asked for a better opportunity than what we've seen to kick it off. Ryan Newman, it's kind of a great story taking over Parsons and the committees and stuff that he's doing. I think everybody in North Wilkesboro and XR and everybody ought to be proud of kind of what they've brought to fruition. They've done a really good job.
So let's clarify something. This is a unsanctioned smart modified tour event. It's a non-point show.
So a lot of people's ask about that. I mean, a lot of people knows that Smart was trying to bring it here. I had some other obligations and stuff that I had to do. And so basically Barry said, hey, I you know, you guys, I want to hire you privately. You know what I'm saying? And so, and then that's what we had to do, because I don't want to ruffle any feathers with my previous commitments or anything of that nature. But I also have to understand the future of what modified races is in the South, and I need to be a part of everything that goes on to touch it, because that's the only way we can progress forward. And so that's the reason why I said, yeah, I'll help y'all do it. And, you know, XR has been really good to my folks and everybody. They've hired a lot of the people that's from the Smart Tour and everything. And, you know, to basically, you know, a lot of what you see going on is, you know, basically being headed by what we do, you know, in the South. So, but let's be honest, there's a lot of mix. Open tracks here, tri-tracks here, wheelings here, and, you know, Smart Tours here. So, I mean, it's 4 different divisions being covered. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's a handful with my officials and stuff, just because there's so many different things that they allow. And of course, you know, we've ruffled some feathers. I get it. You know, there's a few people that wasn't happy with me, but at the same time, you still have to have a playing field, you know, because you got to take care of, you know, the Ryan Priestes as much as you got to take care of the Putman, as much as you got to take care of, you know, Wes Gilbert, because it's fair competition.
I'm digging this. I'm digging this Raptor cycle here that you got going on. I might need to purchase something like this to drive around to the pits myself, Chris.
If you want one, Tour V, the ultimate off-road equipment vehicle, right? Tour V.
Free publicity.
Absolutely. They've been a sponsor in Smart for some time, and I use this on the Smart Tour, and I brought it here to use this weekend. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I can charge it. It's 50 hours of charge, and it runs 38 miles an hour, which, I mean, it'll pretty much get up and go.
You need to make a lap around the racetrack with it.
I've made plenty of laps around the racetrack. But, you know, so far so good. We're doing the tire pick here in 5 minutes. 3 tires tonight, with the front left coming off of last night's scan tire. So it's looking really good. So, I mean, and it's going to be a beautiful day, no rain. So,
final question, because I know you're a busy man just like we are. Half an hour in our 2-hour show live from Finish Line Motorsports Show at North Wilkesboro Speedway. For those that are watching and live on Fox Sports Radio Carolinas, if you can go back to looking at all that you've done with NASCAR, which you've been a part of the modifieds as a driver, but going to the fan perspective, what was going through your mind last night when you're up in the crow's nest like we were to see what we saw?
Yeah, that's a very good, you know, seeing where we were in 90s and 96 when I was selling souvenirs, and, you know, not thinking we would ever be back to, you know, ideas, you know, 6 months ago to come to fruition 4 months ago. The most amazing thing was to see 30-some modifieds on this track. I mean, you didn't really have 30-some modifieds, you know, 10, 11, 12, 20 years ago. So seeing, you know, the competitors gravitate towards it, see the sold out front grandstands. But when it went green, and I wear a headset when I'm directing, I heard the crowd, and I haven't heard that in a while. And so to be a part of it gave me cold chills. But to think about the drivers before us, you know, the Satch Worleys, and even the Gary Myerses, and, you know, the Paul Rappers, the Jerry Cooks, the Richie Evans, the Jeff Bodines, the history of the modifieds here at North Wilkesboro. I mean, like Martinsville is made for modifieds, right? Yeah. Well, Wilkesboro's right there with it. And to see them back and to feel the thunder and see how many people with such excitement all day long. You understand what I'm saying? So it was pretty impressive, and I enjoyed it.
Chris, got a question coming in from my producer, and it's coming from somebody saying, did seeing the race on iRacing when they done the Pro Invitational during the COVID pandemic make the idea to want to have the modified race happen so much more?
Yeah, probably so. I'll tell you a little bit about that. People don't know this, but that iRacing first year, that restoration race that they done. My son won it, Josh, and you know, it kind of got an idea that a lot of different people would like to see some of these old school tracks come back. And you know, Wilkesboro had already been gravitated to for 20 years trying to bring it back, but it put it at a different level. Rockingham's doing the same thing, and I hear there's a couple of others. As long as they're not tore down. I mean, some of them has gone too far, you know, like Concord and some of the other ones. But yeah, I think that a lot of people being interested in iRacing, the younger generation not being able to drive on it. I mean, like my son Josh got to drive at Caraway, finish in the top 10, ran an excellent race. I mean, he wanted to run here, you know, and I would love to run here, but I can't do both, you know. So I think that the younger generation that can see iRacing and gravitate towards it, if they have an opportunity to sit in a race car at some of these racetracks historically, given that they have a little bit more experience because they can see that type of iRacing, I think it does contribute it to some of these old school opportunities.
Chris Williams, thanks for your time, man.
Thank you.
Smart Modified Tour, by the way, on social media, as again, Chris Williams getting ready to prepare for tire selection here at North Wilkesboro. There's big money, Matt Hirschman. Matt Hirschman somewhere. I don't even think he's here. Matt here?
No, he's over doing the tire stuff.
Doing the tire stuff. All right. Well, Matt Hirschman's been somebody we've had on Finish Line many, many times for a number of years. There is the 60 car. Troy Bollinger in the house in the 35. Anthony Bello in the number 2. Where's Anthony at? Literally, the drivers are going to tire selection, not the crew members. The drivers are going to tire selection. Hey, there's Ryan Priest. Of course, he's picked up some win this year, of course, in the NASCAR Camping World Truck Series. Ryan Priest, Hunt Brothers Pizza, number 40. He is ready to go for Bonsai Enterprises. Tire selection is ongoing, okay? That means these drivers have the opportunity to pick out, as Chris reiterated on, the 3 tires because of the continuation of the tire apocalypse, only 3 tires. Buzzy, Tom Buzzy, number 5 in the house. Shout out to the folks at PFC Brakes. Awesome people there. Ariel Burgoon and everyone at PFC Brakes. Robert Yates Racing Engine. Where's Tom at? He's at tire selection as well. I think we're going to have to give up on grabbing Touring Mod Tour drivers here on our live Fox Sports Radio show Finish Line. For those that are listening and watching, thanks to LSR Productions. There is another one of these cars. There is Brian Lofton. Brian Lofton's son, also Carson Lofton, is here. He was fast qualifier yesterday. He was in the hunt of the race. And there is the modifieds here. Brian Lofton, number 15. Carson Lofton, number 23. Tire selection ongoing. Chris Finicero in the house. Always enjoy seeing this awesome looking race car. Chris Finicero and that number 8. Look at him. Look at him. See him beating something with a mallet. What are you doing beating on a mallet? What's going on over there? What you working on, brother?
Got a little bit of debris catch up last night.
Got debris caught up into the safety valance of the front of the car. Yes. So he's trying to fix that up. Caleb Hetty. And, of course, Mr. Blewett. James Blewett, we've had him on Finish Line before. He, of course, picked up the win. He picked up the win with the Wall Stadium Turkey Derby several years. So it's always good seeing those cars here. Tire selection's ongoing right now. So tire selection. I'm going to show you some more of these beautiful looking cars. People around the pit area. Fun time here. North Wilkesboro Speedway. Who would have ever thought? By the way, the web racetrack is built in. The pits is so down low to the track. Track up on the top of the catch fence. And then the pits down below. That's another cool thing. We're able to see where grandstand of like last night, able to see Team Outlaws in the house. There you see those lights. Are the driver? Some drivers? Are they tire selection? By the way, thank you to Service Group. They were the sponsors to the Bash Modified Series. Of course, you know, I'm the series America's coverage of the Austin series. Put on last to try to find the 11-year-old Paulie Hartwig the third here. But big thanks to the folks in New Jersey for being in the title races. We've got this is the DG and Tomazzo team also there, the 41, the 38. So Jarrett D. See that car is already together. It's ready to go again. For these guys for interviews, but so know that they're working on their cars. So understanding we cut out just a little bit. I'm sorry, Charles. Purple Bandits in the house. Number 95M. Yes, sir. Conley. A name that racing in the Northeast is here. I don't think nobody expected to see that famed car, but there it is. Mr. Conley. They call it the Mystic Missile. The bright yellow V4. A Conley name here at North Wilkesboro. All right. Here's Gary Putnam and that 77 modified one, of course, the smart modified events back at Caraway, 4th of July of last year. We'll see how he does. There's Timmerman Racing in the house. There's, of course, Spencer Davis from Georgia, the 29. There you see the Rum Runner Racing team. That is Brandon Ward and Joey Coulter. Hey, can you grab Cameron Goldsworthy? Cameron Gold, grab Cameron for me. Brandon Ward, Joey Coulter. Of course, Joey Coulter, wild race win at Caraway. Cameron Goldsworthy, we're going to grab him in a few minutes. Rum Runner Racing, Joey, it's always good to see you, man. You're in the pit yourself working on these cars. Tire selection, but
yeah, Cameron is. So we brought him here. It's the tire game is Harold, my crew chief, he came on the radio last 15 to go and was like, anything left, go, and laughed at him because we were done just after all that riding around. So we the kitchen sink pulled out of the toter and see if we can do something a little bit different.
So your take of everything last night. Of course, I know that's the big talk in motorsports right now, but the driver perspective out the window, what did it mean being in the cockpit? Hearing that roaring crowd. One of the biggest things I'll remember is when the wireless mic kept kind of going in and out and listen to a crowd of 50,000 in the national anthem.
Yes, that was really cool. And big picture with this whole racetrack is it's about the fan history. You know, everybody that lives there, you know, anywhere you go around this area, everybody talks about this racetrack and has some kind of story related to tracks. So to have all of that, have it all back in action and seeing the crowd and how into it they were was awesome. Because that is what it's all about. If they don't show up, we don't get to play. So it was a lot of action. I wish we didn't have to ride around so much to go race at the end. Everybody's got to deal with the same thing. So give it another shot today and see where we end up.
Well, Joey, thanks for your time, man. Wild race of the Smart Modified Tour from Tampa, Florida, outside of Tampa, Joey Coulter. And by the way, Joey, tell Cameron I tried to find him. I tried to keep my word. You better be getting your tires. Remember, tires are what win races. He said, you better be getting my tires. So there's Coulter sports teams, the Rum Runner Racing. And Joey Coulter, somebody we've also seen race on dirt before and do pretty damn good also. So there you go. It's Jason Poole, Jeremy Gerstner, Hillbilly Racing's in the house, the C479. Jason,
How you doing?
How are you hanging with that beer? It's so damn hot outside.
It ain't very easy today. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Hey, effective Jason, me and you were kind of hanging out, talking during pre-race. Your take what it meant last night to see what we saw.
It was legendary and epical and very well needed, and it was to see this crowd and these loving it just as much as they are, and we're all having a ball, even though our underwear our bodies, we're still loving it, and tonight too.
I'm just glad you didn't say the word, right?
I know how to be on camera, but if it was off camera, it'd be a little different wording. But
you can use a little accents, you just can't go too far. My pass will be all right.
The crown jewels are very wet.
Listen, your take of moment, you left arm to be out there on the racetrack racing with Jeremy Gerstner for sure.
Well, I was definitely supposed to run this race, but Wreck-It Caraway got our car tore up pretty badly, so I'm able to get it ready to get it down here for me. But being here and supporting Hillbilly Racing and Jeremy Gerstner, second to none. Only thing I can do, and being a part of it. So weekend had a little with the car, so I try to work that out just to be, but can't be in it. This is as close as I can get, and I love it. So,
all right, Jason, we'll holler at you later, man. Of course, the Hillbilly Racing driver out of West Florida, Jeremy Gerstner. The Jets in the house. There's Jamie Tomeno. Is the Jet here? Of course, the Jet, Jamie Tomeno, that 99 modified, always exciting, fun. He's a great driver. All the work. Mr. Cook. Look at these modifieds. Aren't they just so awesome? I don't know if I know you came with me like we normally do, but look at the cockpit. And by mobile, okay, this is something that's never been done before, mobile here in the racetrack. But this is, look at Chase Cook's car. The engine, there's this, that's why they call them the drivers that live by the grace of God and 600 horsepower. Look at that big monster, those big tires on the front, especially the ones that are normally on the back. The cockpit, layer, of course, you look like encapsulated. They're more safer, believe it, in one of those modified cars. They're more safe in a modified than a passenger vehicle going down the highway. Yes, sir. Going down the highway. Well. I'll tell you what. We're just getting started. Speedway. We've actually been on the air, believe it, close to an hour. I'm going to stop, reset, get some water, clean my face off because it is a hot one. Tom Atman. We'll grab a word with him from VP Racing Fuels and so many more from North Wilkesboro Speedway. Live, finish line live Motorsports. Just a moment.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Hey, welcome back to Finish Line Live on Fox Sports Radio in the Carolinas, iHeartRadio,
Community Finish Line.
As well. And of course, if you're watching, we are live in the pits from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. I'm Wesley Outland. Remember, you can go to watchnws.com to follow all the coverage of the return of the racetrack revival here in Wilkes County, North Carolina. We are getting ready to swing back through the pits. I think the further we went, lost some signal. Apologies for that. Obviously, we are mobile. Big props, big work being done behind the scenes, of course, by Charles Wooten in Texas and all that good stuff. So we've moved our way from the right part of the pit lane. And now you don't want to see my ugly mug. So let's go back, if you will. To this part of the pits. Of course, Bobby Taylor Oil Company is in the house. VP Racing Fuel, making power. Always great catching up with them. Bobby Meismer Jr., the number 14 modified. You see the crew getting things ready for, of course, a driver very well known in the industry, Bowman Gray and more. Bobby Meismer Jr. in the house. VP Racing Fuels. You know, you just can't do it without VP. Tires, fuel, presented by VP Racing Fuels. And, of course, also, who's your racing tire? And is that DJ Irvin up there? DJ Irvine, my buddy. Get to work. I had to. Former fast track compadre back there back in the day, now working for VP Racing Fuel, sweating it out here. Of course, Mr. DJ Irvine, and we've got so many other people here. There's some more media. Tommy Chapman It just can't be a race without Tommy Chapman being somewhere. Fuel and fuel cans. VP Racing Fuel making power. But this is a pavement track, Tommy, not a dirt track.
47 years ago, going into turn 3 up there, I ended my racing career at age 35. That wall is really, really hard.
And that's kind of what happened to Gary Young Jr. yesterday in qualifying. He had fallen pretty hard.
It stays there. It doesn't move a lot. If you have to miss it, it doesn't miss you.
Hey, so I don't want to hold you up because I know you're a busy man, but how special was it to see what we saw last night? History, I know you go all over the country like I do, Tommy. We've known each other for over 20 years. What's your take of what we saw last night here at North Wilkesboro?
In all my racing career, this is the most rewarding thing I've been involved in. I'm running this fuel truck just because I wanted to be a part of what's going on up here. I thank Terry Parsons for what she's done for years and years and years. She is a wonderful lady. I'm just so excited. I can't believe it. It's almost like I was racing here. I got here, the first guy here said, "My God, it's Tommy," and gave me a hug. And I thought, God, it hadn't been that many years since I was really here racing myself. But it's been 47 years.
Tommy, it's always good seeing you. Smelling the racing fuel and the burning rubber. We grabbed Jason Poole earlier. He's at the fuel pumps now. Jeremy Gerstner. Jeremy, your take of last night and how good the car was. Had some problems, but you take things, reset, prepare for tonight.
Yeah, I'll tell you, we definitely had some growing pains last night. Car got too free way early on in the race, with this track being the rough surface. It killed the right rear, killed the right front, so ended up getting up in the marbles, lost it, so we actually pulled in early to save the car to get it better for today on the tour side. And then the crate side, drove from 15th to 11th, and then guys forgot to put the fuel in the car, so we ran out of fuel. So not a good night, but we know we got a fast car for the crate side too. So and our tires got 20 better laps than other guys that ran last night. So we should be good tonight in both classes and get a good run.
How special was it to see what we saw last night as a driver's perspective? Take the driver out, be a fan in that cockpit down the front straightaway here in the opening ceremonies, the roar of the crowd. Could you hear that crowd roaring as they did when y'all came to the green flag?
Definitely. Looking up those stands, seeing their pack, one of the pack stands, I said sold out crowd, and it kind of felt like a giant Bowman Gray. I mean, it was wild. I mean, the track, the surface isn't the greatest, but it put on for some good side-by-side racing, and the crate and the tour was both great action, and hopefully tonight I'll be up in the front with both of those guys.
Always good seeing you, Jeremy. Get his fuel. Tommy Chapman, one of the greats. It's also DJ DJ Irvin over there. Finish line, live. Hey, look at this. They're getting everybody into position. They are getting the ambulance, fire, rescue, safety crew, and we're actually getting ready to begin practice. That's right. Practice is about to start for these drivers here. You want to go up to Victory Lane? So, hey, here's the lift. There's the lift of all the stuff that went on last night when Ryan Newman, young Paul Hartwig III, and Robert Strimka won their features races. This lift, so historic in racing, just as much as you see the lift at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway or other places. This will be hoisted 15 feet in the air. That will make its way up to Victory Lane. And we're going to go upstairs real quickly. I'm not eligible to climb the lift. By the way, mini stocks of the National Compact Touring Series and the Carolina Mini Stock Challenge are lining up on pit road. Practice is just about to begin. But look at this. This is Victory Lane. This is Victory Lane here at North Wilkesboro Speedway. Just some of the work that's gone into what is the racetrack revival. Last night, so many people like Ryan Newman, Robert Strimka, and 11-year-old Paulie Hartwig III was able to stand here and be a part of Victory Lane. The fans packed the house, a sold-out crowd. You don't have a ticket reserved, you can purchase them here while they last at the ticket office. And remember, you can go to watchnws.com. I don't know, Charles, if you can put that down somewhere on the write-up scoring ticker and maybe have it scroll across the screen. But watchnws.com. watchnws.com. Order at watchnws.com, and then you can choose whichever broadcast platform you want to check out the coverage. Spotters getting to their positions. There's victory lane. It's also kind of like a spotter stand for some. That's what it looks like. Kind of a fan deck over here in the back part. How cool is this? They're getting ready to send out the mini stocks in just a moment for a practice session. Of course, a lot of work going behind the scenes. Some of the unsung heroes, people that do not get credit, is, of course, the concession stand workers. And that is a phenomenal job they do. You see they've already got restocked, ready to go. I'm going to have to grab me a bottle of water or a soda here once I get off the air. But look at this phenomenal job. Reset, ready to go, thanks to our workers here in the concession stand. This is the media center. There's Brandon Brown. We might try to talk to him here in a second. Look at how small the media center is compared to what it was like back in the day, okay? Trophies. This is your media center, okay? Will Bellamy, I have found your media center spot. All of the work that goes into doing all this stuff. Look at all this. This is the small make-do media center here. I'll get it when I get off the air, but thank you. I'll try to grab Brandon later. I know he's kind of busy right now, so getting cars lined up. You hear the rumble of the cars? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Cars getting ready to hit the Speedway. That's the National Compact Touring Series. All that cool stuff going on there. I believe testing the wireless mic to make sure everything works good here. Hopefully it does a little better than I had yesterday. So a little bit of wireless mic issues, but cars are on the racetrack. The National Compact Touring Series and the Carolina Mini Stock Challenge. Ooh, I'm digging that new T-shirt. Digging that new T-shirt also they have. Yes, order watchnws.com. Exactly. Thank you, Charles. Scrolling on the screen. Hey, there's cars on the racetrack at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. It's the mini stocks. Wednesday, Hump Day Racing at the Racetrack Revival is about to get started as these drivers are preparing to make laps for practice. Robert Stremka was the winner last night, by the way. And we're ready to roam through the pits real quick and try to grab some more interviews here. Our finish line coverage. Fox Sports Radio, affiliates. For those that are watching, thanks to Charles. I can't believe that we pulled this off. We're still not done. We're in the pits. We're grabbing interviews. We're getting their thoughts. And here's a man right here that we'll talk to. He picked up the win last night with the National Compact Touring Series, the Carolina Mini Stock Challenge, and a damn good friend of mine. There's the car that got it done. Robert Stremka, welcome to Finish Line, buddy.
Thank you, man. That was an awesome night. Hope we can go back and repeat it tonight.
Taking out the concept of winning this race, obviously I know you wanted to win the race, but what did it mean to just be a part of so much history that so many people in the racing community is talking about when they wake up on a Wednesday morning?
Well, I mean, I work in NASCAR. I work for RCR, and this is a big deal. I mean, there's people like Andy Petrie and stuff that talk about it. There's such a big deal to so many people, and to see the amount of people that showed up that I seen from NASCAR teams or other series that were here yesterday, because I've been around it long enough to see the people that came in and enjoyed it was a pretty big deal.
Certainly was. Can we see you repeat your thoughts? You got a pretty good car.
Yeah, I think we got the best car. We just I got to work on it a little bit here and fix a couple mechanical things. We're going to skip practice and save it for tonight.
Robert, thanks for your time, bud.
Thank you.
Robert Straminska, ladies and gentlemen. There is the Knight family. There is Randy Knight, Shane Knight, Tim Knight. There's Randy Knight. Crew working on that car. Of course, the Knight name big in racing. You see inside the cockpit. Randy Knight getting ready. Shane Knight, you watched it or you listened on CRN for coverage of the Summer Showdown at the Rockingham Roval. He won the race. And there's the car. There goes Tim Knight coming out. Shane Knipe is getting ready to come out. There's the Rockingham winning car right there, as a matter of fact. From Hildebrand, North Carolina, the Knipe family. Oh, yeah. We're continuing to go through the pits here. Look at this. That was Tim Knipe. Here comes Randy Knipe. Their car's going by. What's up, brother? Always good to catch up with some of these drivers. Father and son. And there's the winning car. And right back out at the racetrack again to do it again. Back again. There is the winning car from last night. 11 years old, history made for that young man. Paulie Hartwig III. And Paulie Hartwig Jr. is here. Paulie, what's up, man? We'll grab little man in a second, but not as a driver, as a father. What did it mean to see what your son did last night? I don't even think he realized that he made history.
He don't realize anything yet. He's so young that things like that he doesn't realize. But at the end of the day, it's a team effort to get him here. Family-owned and operated operation. You know what I mean? We do this all at house. There ain't nothing out of house.
And right back at the racetrack, ready to go again today.
We're as ready as we're going to be. We had to put the motor all back together because they ripped it apart last night and checked everything.
We're going to grab your son here in a minute. I know he's getting ready to come down, but your take of the Carolina Crate Modified Series. I know you're from Galloway, New Jersey. How much fun are you enjoying what Keith and Wendy Graham have done with this series in the Southeast?
Keith and Wendy do an awesome job with the 602s. I wish they get more support for the weekly stuff they run and not just the prestige races. You know what I mean? Even the purse is almost the same as his weekly races as this prestige race. So I don't understand why nobody goes to like Hickory, Carteret, Caraway, Franklin. We only had like 8 cars, 10 cars at those races. I don't understand why. I mean, the purse is just as good for those races as it is here.
Hopefully things will change for sure, especially after last night's race. We're talking to Paulie Hartwig Jr. Paulie, your take of scraping off the wall and saving your car the way you did. You made some moments in the highlight reel and kept the car in one piece, at least finish and watch your son win.
Yeah, I got ran out of real estate a little bit off turn 4, and we got the marbles on the tires. I went into one, and it was so loose that I just had to hang on the best I could.
Well, listen, we're going to get the young man here in just a second. I think we're going to grab him. And one more question. The emotion as a dad, what was going through your mind when you saw him win this race? We're going to grab Paulie Hartwig III next. But as a father, what was it like, the emotions of seeing what your son did?
That's the biggest problem is when I'm running 13th, I can't watch what he's doing for the lead. I didn't even know he won the race until the checkered already came out. Like, I had no clue.
But you told me in the past that sometimes you get so giddy with excitement because you got to focus on driving, but you just want to just throw your hands in the air and celebrate.
Like at Franklin, when I was only 2 cars back from him, I'm watching him and I'm missing a corner every lap. I'm like, I can't do it.
Well, let's grab the man of the hour, the young man. Let him get his shoes on. He wants to get his shoes on. So it's all good. So the young man, you going to be at Hickory Saturday?
No, we're going back home to run our. We've been so close to winning. He went 15th to 2nd in the last race, so we got to get back up home and try to seal the deal there.
Well, it's always good seeing you, bud.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And in 1 second, Mommy's getting him ready to go, okay? So Mama's getting him Mama's the PR of the tour for this driver and for this father-son team. So there's Mama Hartwig. Mama, what did it mean to see your son make history last night here at North Wilkesboro?
It was pretty amazing. He really doesn't realize what he did. This is pretty much like the Daytona 500, and he's just a kid, and he just thinks it's another race. But it was pretty amazing.
It certainly was, and I know there was a lot of people that were just so excited, whether they were in the grandstands or watching. He just made about another 20,000 fans after last night.
Yeah, it was pretty amazing to see all those fans cheering for him, and I couldn't believe it. I was speechless.
Well, let's grab him before he runs off. He done ran off and left me again.
There we go.
There you go. Get you a sip of drink. I might need to get a sip of drink. I might for my eyes. My eyes are burning. Paulie Hartwig III. There is the winning car. There's his dad's car, and this is the young man. Paulie, last night, winning here at North Wilkesboro, hearing the roar of the crowd, how special was that?
Well, it's really special. I'll tell you guys.
I'm going to let you take the mic real quick so I can wipe the sweat off my eyes.
It was actually pretty good. The car was great. I love this track. I just don't realize how big of the win with this was. The crowd was amazing. Fans were fun. Track was great. We started third. Got the lead with 4 laps to go.
Sorry about that. If the camera was a little bit out of whack, I was trying to wipe my eyes off. It is hot here in the pits, Paulie. But your racing background, obviously, what was it like racing on a track of this size, especially since you run those little small bull ring tracks in the Northeast?
Yeah, when actually racing with smart modifieds is actually pretty good, a good competition. I thought I wasn't going to win that. I was just going to ride and save the car for tomorrow. But with 4 to go, I was running second and chased the leader down and then try to pass him and try to get the win.
So there are so many people that if they go to Race in America or watch NWS.com, they can see the race highlights. What has the last 12 hours been for the Hartwig family? Did you have to cut your phone off because social media was blowing up, people calling you, texting you? And what did it mean to win in a place like this and hear that roar of the crowd whenever you climbed out of that car?
Yeah, our phones were blowing up yesterday. We got home at 2 a.m. Got to get some sleep. It's a big track. You can draft a lot here when you're behind someone. And you just draft right up to them, try to cut out a line to get past them, and then just be smart and save all your tires for the next race.
Tell us a little bit about your race car.
Well, it's pretty fast yesterday. I had a little wiggle on my left front. I was wondering what that was. I think we had a trailing arm too loose. It was wiggling. Me and my dad were up front together. I love racing with him, but we don't really race against each other a lot.
Well, listen, I was telling your dad, it's just as you as well, before we go to commercial break, because I need to take one, Charles, in our production studio in Texas. Phenomenal job. Maybe one day as you grow up, you'll realize how historic of a moment you made in the history of a racetrack that's been built since 1947. And I'm a stat guy, so I checked up on this last night. You are the youngest winner in the history of the North Wilkesboro Speedway. 15-time winner Richard Petty. Multiple wins for Dale Earnhardt Sr. Dale Earnhardt Jr. has not even raced a cup car here. He'll run a late model here at the end of the month. But you are the youngest driver to ever win at this racetrack in this era.
It feels pretty good. I thank all these guys for coming out. Bobby Geiger, my mom, my dad, Matty Rico, Kevin Kramer, Margaret, Kevin, Dan, everyone else that came out here. Asian Landscape.
I got a question. What is the Tequila Crusaders? The Tequila Cazadores. Oh, that's promoted alcohol. I can't do that. I can't do that on Finish Line. Maybe after our Finish Line, but not live on the air.
Yeah. I gotta thank Asian Landscaping, LG Landguard, Velocita, RE, Velocita, LG Landguard, Jersey Shore, Morganton Race Engines, and that's all.
Okay. So I've got a question before I let you go. Obviously, we let people ask questions to our guest panel. And the question is, would you bump your dad out of the way for a win? Or have you ever done it before?
I haven't done it before, but if I had to, if I was faster than him, I would.
You would. You bump your dad.
Yes.
Paulie, did you hear that? He said he'd bump you out of the way for a win. That was a question coming from our guest panel.
I don't know.
He said he'd bump you out of the way for a win. Would you bump him?
It'll be a long ride home either way, I'll tell you that.
Thank you for the water, Miss PR Lady Hartwig. Thank you, Paulie Jr. Thank you, Paulie the third. We are going to step away. We are going to take an extended commercial break. When we come back, 45 minutes left to go. Crews are getting ready. The compacts and mini stocks have already been on the racetrack. As you look at the Sparkman family, the Hartwig family, Norman, many others, Amber Lynn, coming back, finish line, live, Motorsports Show, North Wilkesboro Speedway, and the Racetrack Revival.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Welcome back to Finish Line. For those that are watching, Rocket Media Production Studio in Texas, I am Wesley Outland. We are doing all of this mobile. Any questions that come in through Facebook or other social platforms, we'll try to share it along in the chat box like we've done throughout the day with Charles. But we're mobile. We are doing this show live in the pits. Mobile production, thanks to our awesome people behind the scenes. I am Wesley Outland. And of course, it is an honor and a privilege to be a part of the broadcast crew, along with longtime colleague and friends, Alan Dietz, Tim Packman, and Eric Brennan. We go live sometime around 6 o'clock tonight, but we're going to go back in the pits, and I had to step away. Goodness, it is hot. It is hot, and I had to just stop and reset. But we're looking at now some more of these drivers, crew members that's working, getting things ready from Louisville, North Carolina, the MN Motorsports team. And, of course, this is a young man that picked up a win at Carteret County Speedway. He's won at Caraway. He's won at other tracks. So the third-generation driver to the Norman NM Motorsports name out of Louisville, Carolina Crate Modified Series and more will be on Racing America and watch NWS tonight. We'll grab his father in a moment, but Cody Norman, what did it mean to be a part of history last night? Welcome always to Finish Line. We try to do it inside the cockpit of a car. We're mobile now, live on the air. The technology is amazing to do the things that we've done. Your take of last night's race and a solid top 5 finish there for well, actually, you struggled a little bit.
Yeah, we ended up ninth last night. We had a couple little things wrong. We had carburetor problems. We actually had a spark plug wire come off the last 5 laps of the race. But I mean, it still wasn't bad to have all those problems and still run the top 10 against this crowd's pretty good. It was pretty cool. I mean, the place was absolutely packed. I couldn't believe that really, but the racing was good, and we'll see what the night brings.
Being a part of, and I know I sound like a repeat record, but I promise you, social media and the NASCAR and even the motorsports world is talking about what happened here last night at this racetrack. What did it mean for you to have a small part of this history?
Oh, it was really cool. This is probably the biggest event I've ever been a part of. There was a lot of people here, a lot of big name people here and everything. So to not look like an idiot in front of all of them was pretty cool. So, well, hopefully tonight we'll just keep all 4 wheels on it, not tear anything up. So we got to run again Saturday at Hickory. So just try to survive tonight, do the best we can, and see what happens.
Your dad, has he raced here before? Was this what did it mean? What kind of pointers did he give you? And do you feel like this track is so different after the last 20-something years since the race at this place?
Yeah, he ran here in 2010, whenever the modifieds ran here last. But, yeah, he told me you could really feel the uphill and downhill, and I thought he was kind of crazy, but you really can feel it. You really do lug the motor down getting into 3 because you're pulling uphill, especially in these crate cars. But, he helped me out quite a bit, just telling me kind of what to expect and how there is a couple grooves out there and everything. So it was helpful. Any little prior knowledge comes a long way. So it was all good.
So I see that tour mod up there on the top of the trailer. When will we see Cody finally take a tour modified race this year?
That's been the thing for this year. We can't get any tires to go practice. We've tried to go to Hoosier and buy 4 new ones to go practice on all year, and they won't let us get any. So we've just been we've ran the crate car so much this year, we really hadn't had a lot of time. But, that's the plan. Hopefully, I don't know about the rest of this year, just the way the schedule works out, when we could try to run one. But I think we are definitely going to try to find something to go practice with and maybe get ready and run a couple next year.
All right, buddy. Good luck tonight.
Thank you, Wes.
There you go, Cody Norman. Where's Daddy at? There's Daddy Norman. We're going to grab Mike. Mike, come on over here. I just got to get in the light here. We just grabbed words with Cody and another man I've known for a long time, MN Motorsports, by the way. Put all the graphics on the screen also there, Charles, if you don't mind. MN Motorsports on Facebook here at the Racetrack Revival. And, of course, out of Louisville, third-generation driver, father, longtime friend, Mike Norman. Mike, you raced the modifieds here back in 2010. What's your experience of what we saw last night?
Well, I've told everybody, if you didn't like that show last night, find you another sport because you're not going to like racing.
Get your blood pressure checked, right?
That's exactly right. They 2 and 3 wide, and everybody's running the same. It was great. Then Cody's group came out there, and they basically did the same thing. And what a great opening for the place to come back and a full house and everybody here. It was a main event. It was something to be at.
Yeah, it was amazing to see for us on the broadcast crew to be handed a little return to sender notepad note and say, while you're out, track is sold out, no more tickets available. That sent chills down my spine for sure as well. And I think also another moment was being down trackside before the command to fire the engines and the microphone kind of going in and out. The PA system's not the best in the world. Everything's make do at this point, trying to just get this place back open again. And to hear the crowd singing the national anthem with the singer with the mic out, that shows how proud they are to be an American and proud to have America a part of motorsports today in North Carolina still.
I agree. With the crowd and the cars, as they've called it, a racing revival, look what they've done to this place. Yeah, we had to get a radiator cap a while ago, and I had to stop in a auto parts store in Wilkesboro. And all they could talk about was, hey, I heard y'all had a great crowd out there last night. We can't get there. Can't wait to get there this evening. So, it means a lot to this community, obviously.
Do you think history will repeat itself?
I think tonight you may see a little bit better racing, believe it or not. I think our division, we don't have any tires tonight, so it'll be slick. Everybody be going every way. The modifieds, they get 3 tires. I think they'll put on a good show. I think it'll be a full house. You guys do a great job on TV and get everybody over here because everybody needs to come see this.
Mike, it's always great seeing you, sir. Thank you for your so many years of friendship and seeing what you do in the industry with your young man.
Thank everybody for having us up here. We've had a great 3 days. We're hoping to bring the Jerry Hunt Super Center, L&T Tree Service, AJP, Lawn Care and Merkel Engines, Tri-City Trade car home this week with a good.
And it's on the Hickory.
On the Hickory Saturday night. They're killing it.
That's right. All Racing America will have the coverage for you. There is Mr. Mike Norman. There is Cody Norman. There is the crew. They are sweating it out. Oh, and yes, and by the way, what we mentioned, tires. The tires are definitely to the nub, if you will, for sure. So, for awesome turnout here. Frappy's in the house. Where's Frappy? Fast Lane Fabrication, and Frappy is here. Let everybody know your real name, but your nickname is Frappy.
Well, actually, the owner of the car, he's going to take it out for a couple practice laps. My name's Billy Keys, and
Billy Keys from Waynesboro, Virginia.
Yes, sir. And Frappé came. I drive a truck, and a lot of times when I'm talking to him on the phone, he'll say, "What are you doing?" I'm drinking a caramel frappe. So Monday at practice, I done put everything on top of the hood, my suit, my helmet and everything, and I'm talking. I hadn't even noticed it. And they put somebody up and say, "What? Why do they call you frappe?" And they say, "No, I look," and they didn't have frappe put on the car.
So I don't know if our Fox Sports Radio show Finish Line will have any clout, but maybe McDonald's will put their M on your race car since you're a big fan of the caramel frappe.
I tell you what, we take it, that's for sure. We got a good car though. We had a little issue with qualifying yesterday, and we had good practice times yesterday and Monday, and had top 11 car in practice, and we had a little issue with qualifying. We started at the rear, and we drove up through the field last night, and we made everybody know we got a good car. So, like I said, he's going to go out there for a couple practice laps, so he gets the opportunity to drive his car at North Wilkesboro. And then I'll go out and qualify and hopefully have a good qualifying run and have a good run tonight.
How special on a fan's perspective, take it out of the being in the driver's seat to see what we saw and witnessed, whether you watched it or you've seen it in person here at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
So I walked up into the stands last night for a few minutes and I looked down and I was like, this is insane. It's awesome, and to be able to be here and be part of it, it's pretty special. I've been racing for a long time. I've raced in local levels. I've raced in national touring series. Been up in the truck ranks and mess around with ARCA and stuff like that. And personally, I feel like this is probably the biggest race of my career. And I'm excited to be here. All these guys, we've all put a lot of work into this car. They've been coming out here all week. Got people in the trailer. They've been working really hard to get this car where I can drive it. And I can't be more proud.
From Waynesboro, Virginia, Frappe, Billy Keys. And that's the driver that'll get some practice here. What's his name?
Heath McDougall.
Heath McDougall will be in the car. See, he's already got earbuds in, got the driving suit on. You're letting him get some practice runs. You're running the race tonight, though, right?
Sir. Yes, sir. I'm gonna go down here and get up on the victory lane and spot for him a little bit, and then come back up here. And when it's time to qualify, I'll go out and qualify.
All right, Frappe. Good luck today, man. There, we're working on that McDonald's sponsor, okay? I want the commission, though. There we go. Billy Keys, Frappe. Amber Lynn, the pride of Bowman Gray Stadium. She has been on Finish Line before. Andy Jankowiak. Hey. Andy, it's always good to see you. We're gonna grab Amber Lynn in just a second, but Andy J from Tonawanda, New York. Good job. Am I getting it right?
Yes, you are.
Tim Packman will be very proud of me. Andy Jankowiak is on Finish Line, and you've been on several times before. I've told people you're probably my favorite interview ever. Every time we get you on the show, you never know what you're going to see. I'm digging the glasses, by the way.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Which one? Oh, Woody Pitcat gave me these.
What did it say? Be a little twister.
I think Twisted Team might have to start sponsoring me. I wore these at Daytona and Talladega, so they're the racetrack glasses.
So I wanted to grab you before we grabbed Amber Lynn. Man, you got a third place finish the other night in your father's Jankowiak Memorial Race. I know that you said the car kind of tightened up, tires wore out at the end, but still to be on the podium's got to be special. Being a part of what we saw last night at North Wilkesboro from New York, what did it mean to you?
We weren't going to miss it. Obviously, we came here and the clutch wasn't working, and we're probably not 100% prepared, but we're trying to catch up a little bit. But it's been a tough year this year. We got in a couple accidents with the ARCA car, so we haven't had the time to really devote to the modified, and the modified's had its issues. But We really beat ourselves up to get here because we didn't want to miss this one. But I think we finally got most of the stuff worked out. Yesterday was tough, but I think we're going to be pretty good tonight.
Looking at some of the cars going by, of course, that's one of the Greg Brew machines, this Toyota. Andrew Sanders is in the house. Brandon Clements is also there. Just some of the many guys that are getting ready. A moment from modifieds to even mini stocks. What a special time at North Wilkesboro last night, Andy.
Yeah, so we actually came here and toured the facility a few years back with Paul Call, the guy that maintained the facility. We just kind of stopped and looked around, and I kept saying, man, they can still race here. This place is just hanging on, like it wants to race again. So I just always had a feeling this place is going to come back, and now that it finally did, I wasn't going to miss being a part of that first race.
So Andy, my producer, just told me, don't let Andy Jankowiak touch the mic. His hands are dirty. Look what you did to my microphone.
I didn't do it, did I?
Yes, you did. It's all good. We'll clean it off. So
going better than this.
I saw you definitely just hanging out with them. What do you got working on here? Who are you helping out?
I'm working on my stuff. We're out on pit road over here. So today we're finally working on setup. Yesterday we were just trying to fix the car. So today we're going to work on making it fast. So we'll see how it goes.
Andy, it's always good seeing you, man. So we're going to give it hell tonight, right?
I love you so much, Wesley. Thank you for stopping by.
I love you too, Andy. Andy Jankowiak. Hey, when's your next ARCA race, buddy?
Watkins Glen, 2 weeks.
2 weeks, Watkins Glen. NASCAR and more at Watkins Glen at the, of course, exciting road course in New York. Okay, we're back to Amber Lynn. There's the car. The all-time winningest limited sportsman driver in the history of the Madhouse Bowman Gray Stadium. And she has driven a car that is a chassis from back in 1995. And the reason why she did it was like everybody else did. She wanted to be a part of history here at North Wilkesboro. Your take of last night, seeing what we saw, and what are you working on, wrenching on, tinkering on with the crew to make things better tonight, young lady?
Well, we needed a new bumper and a new spindle, and the sportsmanship in this series with the Carolina Crate Modifieds is amazing. We've had multiple spindles been brought over to us, multiple bumpers, people asking if we need anything, helping us out. So it's really a flip-flop from the stadium to here with the sportsmanship. But I think we're probably going to actually miss our first and only practice this morning. We still have a lot of things to button up on the car. But, we are just happy to be here. We're having a lot of fun. We're, having fun as a team, and I'm having fun as a driver on this track. We'll be back.
Oh, it's all good. It won't pick up. I love the sound. You can talk.
Okay. We'll be back for the Carolina Pro Late Model Series, and then we'll be back at the end of the month to race our limited as well.
Does this make you possibly consider wanting to run with the Carolina Pro or the Carolina Crate Modified Series whenever you don't have your obligations with Bowman Gray Stadium? Because I know you told me last night in our debrief you've got something lined up for the next 2 years over there.
Yeah, we we're constantly working on deals, and we sign contracts with all of our sponsors. So we are
in this day and age you have to.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not really necessarily that we don't trust somebody or they can't trust us. It's just a precaution, So, but yeah, we are working on a few more deals for the stadium for the next few years. So we'll take care of those, and we'll still race the stadium. But I think that we would have to do a lot of soul searching and get our car in order and to be able to contend for wins. We did contend for a few races that here and there, and then something always seemed to break. So, we're just figuring ourselves out. I'm not a modified driver, so I don't really know what's going on half the time in the car. We're all just doing our best and figuring it out.
So listen, there's like what three races left to go in the season, 4 weeks for Bowman Gray Stadium, obviously. We race all the way until November. Would there be a possibility you might get the modified or a pro late model and run the series?
Yes and no. My dad, a week after our last race here, so on September 7th, my dad has a hip replacement. So, I guess I'll have to take it easy on him after that. And so I don't really know what our racing holds for after this month.
And the Lynn family is so big into racing. What does it mean to you to carry on that legacy?
I think my dad wanted a boy, and so that's how I ended up here. But it really, my dad traveled a lot when I was younger. And then when I was like 5, 6, 7, 8 years old, he was racing short track with his car, the limited. So if I wanted to hang out with Dad, I'd go pedal in the shop with him. And there's pictures of me as a kid tearing apart my little plastic four-wheelers, putting them back together. So it's a family affair. If it wasn't a family affair, and if I didn't work on my own stuff, and if we, if I just went off and did whatever instead of actually devoting myself to the racing, then I wouldn't be here.
Well, listen, we're going to let you go. Good luck tonight. Have fun. And, of course, one more question, and then we'll go back to Roman of the Pits. What does it mean to you being the female driver, not as a female driver, but being the all-time winningest driver in limited sportsman at Bowman Gray Stadium?
We are the all-time winningest female over at Bowman Gray Stadium in their very long history, and I think it means more for the generations coming up than it does for me. I don't necessarily go to break records like that. I mean, it's always a hope. I just want to win races, and doing that, we've broken records, and I know it makes my dad happy. He did want a boy, but he got me instead. So he has a little more pride than if I was a boy, I believe.
Amber, thanks for your time. I know we had you on the phone lines on Finish Line a while back when you won that big race at Bowman Gray, but we appreciate now finally having you on video.
Oh, yeah. Thank you guys so much.
There you go. Amber Lynn, ladies and gentlemen. There's that number 2. A.J. Sanders, of course, his Moxville, number 24, one of the greats of four-cylinder racing. Finish Line is here. A shout-out to everybody. There's Keith Graham. Keith is in the house. He's working. I'm not going to bug him because he's getting ready to go. Hey, Keith, I will ask you one question because we've had you on Finish Line before. Your take of this special event and being a part of what we saw last night.
We're making history, man. We're making history, and that's just what we're doing here. It was fantastic. The crowd was fantastic. All the races were fantastic. You couldn't ask for a better show at North Wilkesboro Speedway.
11-year-old Paulie Hartwig III. I just interviewed him here on Finish Line, live from the racetrack about 20 minutes ago, and I still don't think he's realized what kind of history he made last night.
For real. I don't think he has either. Even though he's walking around, he's kind of pumping and got a little pep in his step, but I don't think he realizes it either. Good kid.
The series now moves on to Hickory after tonight, but man, what does it mean to see how 25-plus cars being a part of this race at Hickory and taking the racing side of things away, looking at the moments that was made with a sold-out crowd watching this track open back in 20 years?
Oh, it's awesome to have this kind of car count for these 602 guys. These guys have been wanting to race, and that just proves that there's cars out there. Yeah, we brought a bunch of guys from Connecticut and New Hampshire and Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and stuff like that. But the 602 crowd, the 602 modifieds, that's what we're trying to do here. We're just trying to build something to race, So anyway, I'm getting long-winded here. So do what you got to do.
I'll let you get back to work, man. Thank you very much. Of course, there's the rest of the other crew. Everybody getting ready. And if you've ever wondered, that is what our mobile command center looks like. Of course, you know how when you watch the big races on TV with NASCAR and IndyCar, NHRA, they have like a big mobile command center. This is our unit here. And there's our buddy from the Sons of Thunder Ministry. It's always good seeing you, my friend. What is your take of being a part of this exciting event? There's Mr. Devin Graham. Devin doesn't like talking. He's the guy behind the scenes taking pictures. He'll take a picture of us. Let's get a picture of us here live on Finish Line. We're pointing at Devin on the camera here. This might be our new headshot. There you go. Tell everybody your name. It's so good to always see you, sir.
I'm Preacher Buddy, and the Sons of Thunder Ministry. And we're having fun being here with all the excitement and the history that's been renewing. Revival time. Revival's a good word for me. I like that.
Revival used in church, revival used in racing. It was pretty awesome to see last night.
It was great to see all the excitement that was going on. Everybody, I think they saw a pretty good show, and I hope they'll come back tonight and see it once again. And then looking forward to the 13th, 14th, or something like that, 15th.
No, the 18th, 19th, and 20th when the Carolina Pro Late Model Series come back.
That's it. I was trying to think because I got a revival, or not a revival, but a homecoming coming up on the 15th. So that's why I had to back up.
Hey, listen, so I know this might be a little unorthodox, but I would love for you to do a prayer on our Finish Line Motorsports show to pray for the safety of everybody for the remainder of this event tonight and, of course, for the remaining of the racetrack revival. And thank you for what you do, Sons of Thunder Ministry, on social media for more information, sir.
You want a prayer now?
I do.
Let's pray.
You take your hat off.
I will. You can't. You take your earphones off. No.
I will. I got to listen to you.
Let's pray. Gracious, loving God, thank you for the beauty of this day, your love and the kindness and your grace. Most of all, your grace. Lord, we thank you for the revival, even of a track where your people can come together and be excited about what they love to do, and that's racing. Lord, we do come to acknowledge the fact that some people did some hard work of getting this back together and to renew it. And Lord, we just pray that there's some way we can renew our churches also to bring back your people. But most of all, Lord, we're praying for this place this weekend. We're praying for each and every driver, their teams, and we pray for their safe travels home. And we look forward to gathering here once again with all to enjoy your creation in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. It's always good seeing you, buddy. Thanks for what you do for the industry, sir.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. Yes, sir. He's staying in the shade, by the way. Awesome. There's Mr. Buddy, Sons of Thunder Ministry. Call him up, 704-791-1189. He'd love to talk to you. He goes to all the racetracks, of course. Miss Angie eating. Not going to show you what she's eating. Okay, this is what she's eating. I'm going to be eating it when I get off the air, okay? Live, Miss Angie. There's Devin Graham. The missus is here finally. No karaoke today, though, right? No karaoke today, right? And there's Mrs. Buddy's wife. You having fun at the racetrack?
Yes, I am.
What was your take of Buddy was kind of giving his thoughts of it, ma'am. What was your take of what we saw last night here at this racetrack with this resurrection, the revival of motorsports like we see all the time at church tents across America?
It's pretty exciting to be here and them reviving this. I don't know how long. I mean, it might just be a one-time thing, but we're making history here this weekend, these 3 days.
Yes, that's right. Well, thank you so much. And again, that's just some of the people here. There's one of the tech men ready to go. Bring your car to tech. That's the tech. Explain this. You got to meet proper weight, right? So you got to be fat.
Oh, got to be fat. Got to be fat. Yeah.
So they got to meet proper weight. Now, is that on all four sides of the tires whenever they go to the scale area?
Yes, sir. All fours, and then cross weight as well.
Okay, and then of course, once you check the weight, the deck height, and base and all that stuff. Side the bolts with a crate engine.
Yep, that's it. That's it. More than anything, we just want to make sure everyone's running level and equal to the other. And my job more than anything is really safety, so I focus on that. Our scale guy there does a really good job making sure the cross weights, the actual weights, left versus right are good. But yeah, overall, it's just the overall goal is to make sure everyone's getting out there kind of equal and running a good race.
All right, well, listen, tech lines are open, people. Get to tech. I normally blare that on public address. But, yeah, the tech lines are open here for the final day of the racetrack revival. Hey, by the way, racing radios, they'll be right back. You can call them up at that number if you are wanting to get a racing radio. Let's have a word with the great people. That is the National Compact Touring Series, of course. One of the Carolina Mini Stock Challenge greats, Robert Straminska, won last night, but there is 39 drivers from 11 states represented. Let everybody know who you are, and we thank you for being a part of our Fox Sports Radio finish line today, live from North Wilkesboro.
Hi, I'm Drew Jack with the National Compacts, and first we want to thank all 41 drivers that came here yesterday to participate in the event. For 11 states, it was an awesome race. They did a professional job on the racetrack, 2 mechanical cautions, and it was a heck of a race.
It was a phenomenal race. I still think the B-Main took the cake as well. That was very exciting to see those guys fight for 4 spots.
It was, and to see Shane Knipe, one of the top runners from the Carolina Mini Stock Tour, break a motor, put it in there, and have to race his way in from 21st or 22nd was amazing. Making it all the way up to 10th in the A-Main. You can't speak enough for that race team and all the drivers that came up, all 41 teams. We had 2 more teams show up today, so over the weekend, 43 total. But again, 41 cars hit the property yesterday and took practice on laps on the racetrack. So very exciting time. We want to thank the XR group for having us, and you guys for the amazing coverage you're doing. And unfortunately, Travis from the Carolina Mini Stock Tour couldn't be here today. We want to give him a shout out. Phil Maloff, the owner of the Dash Series, and the Northeast Mini Stock Tour guy couldn't make it today as well. So it's a 4-series effort. We couldn't do it without 4 series doing it. Bring 41 cars to the property.
Yeah, it was a co-sanctioned effort to bring these mini stock cars here. The front-wheel drive cars will be here in a few weeks as well. Next week with the Vorse Compact Touring Series, Dan Redmond, Steve Vore, everybody involved with that series is awesome. National Compact Touring Series on Facebook if you want to know information. But
let everyone know the tracks you compete at and how big this is for compact mini stock racing to be a part of something like North Wilkesboro Speedway's racetrack revival last night and even tonight.
It's an amazing opportunity to be here at North Wilkesboro with XR Racing. We were the first group to break into the Freedom Factory with Cletus McFarland. We'll be back there in February. We have raced Richmond. Salem is another great track. But up in Michigan, we have some great tracks. Kalamazoo Speedway, Berlin Raceway are great partners. Wisconsin, we have some great tradition. I mean, you want to talk about racing tradition, WRI, Greg McCarnes at Madison, the Dells, Slinger. There's a Hawkeye Downs is another one in Iowa. It's a great track, one of the only asphalt tracks in the state of Iowa. So all four groups, I can't speak for Travis because I don't know all the tour tracks they do, but we
just ran Rockingham.
I forgot about that. We will be going back there in March next year, from my understanding, and
might be better, not so darn hot.
Yes, and it won't be on a holiday weekend, and I guarantee the car count will be much better for the Roval. We're going to work better on that. We can't say enough with all the drivers that showed up, 43 teams this weekend. The crate mods, Keith and his group have been a great to work with and a great partner. We couldn't ask somebody to be parked next to, even a good friend of the series now. So
I'm digging the shirts, and I'm digging I'm digging they just glow. Fan perspective, you're up in the crow's nest with us last night when we called the race. How special was it to hear a roar over the roar of the cars when the first feature race got underway, and they all stayed till the end when Robert Strimka kind of pulled up the final win of the night?
It was amazing. If you watched the Tour Mod race, about 90% of that race, they were on their feet, and that's how excited they are. Everybody from the local businesses around here that we stop into are very excited for the racetrack to be open. Barry and his crew should be very proud, along with the Bristol group that helped put this together. It's not easy to put something together in 4 months at the magnitude they did. To have over 105 race cars, I think, total here for the weekend. Props to you guys and everybody here. It's a team effort. It's not any individual.
We'll let you go. I'm trying to grab some more drivers as we are in about 15 minutes at the top of the hour. So we'll part ways from our 2-hour live coverage for those watching on LSR Productions from the racetrack at North Wilkesboro Speedway, listening on Fox Sports Radio via mobile, by the way. It's all being done mobilely. It's crazy. But let everybody know how they can follow what is the National Compact Touring Series on social media. We thank you for being on Finish Line today.
National Compact Touring Series presented by RevX Oil or nationalcompacts.com. The social media channels were there. Also go to the Carolina Mini Stock Challenge Series on Facebook as well, too.
Yeah, Travis Provost is a very good friend of mine. And, of course, we broadcasted the radio network that I own, Community Radio Network. We broadcasted the CRN coverage of the Summer Showdown at Rockingham. I think I saw you there. I just didn't really get a chance to talk to you.
I wasn't there.
You weren't there. Okay.
One last plug, though. I want to give a shout-out to the Midwest Dash. Phil Maloff is here in the 32 car. They brought a few cars as well, too. So you can get them at our website, nationalcompacts.com, or Midwest Dash on Facebook. They do a great job up there.
Thanks so much, man. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Compact Touring Series, no doubt, just like the Touring Mods, they are so excited and proud to be a part of this Motorsports Americana resurrection. That is the race track revival. We have got one more segment to go, and we will wrap up a successful 2 hours of Finish Line from the pits at North Wilkesboro Speedway. There's Joe Fleener. The 602 Modifieds have been called to staging. That's the Carolina Crate Modifieds. They've been called to staging. We've got less than 12 minutes remaining, and we wrap up Finish Line in our final segment next.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister.
Hey, everybody, welcome back. Look at that. Listen to that rumble. Listen to those roars of cars coming around the racetrack. Welcome back to Finish Line, live from North Wilkesboro Speedway, the racetrack revival. 6:02 modified practice. First round underway. And I think we got some of these guys just at the nick of time because we're about to go off the air here in a few minutes. I'm going to get probably one more live look through here. Maybe grab a couple of interviews or two if I can. But as you see, practice is ongoing. Put all the fancy graphics on the screen, Charles. It's amazing the history we made tonight, thanks to LSR Productions. In addition to that, Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten, all the people behind all of our coverage, Fox Sports Radio, the Carolinas Community Radio Network. All podcast platforms will have a replay of this show. It'll be available on replay when we go off the air. We got some awesome interviews, some amazing, amazing moments and thoughts from a lot of people here. I enjoy doing Finish Line. I love doing it in the studio when we can every Wednesday. But damn it, I'm telling you, it's just so much more exciting being able to do it live from the racetrack, without a doubt. And I'm sure that my producers and everybody that's joining me will certainly agree. Being live at the racetrack, whether it's Caraway Speedway, Carteret County Speedway, North Wilkesboro Speedway, or wherever else we go from here, is truly, really, really cool. This is so awesome. I'm going to go back to our change of the camera angles here, and I'm going to show you. As the cars are on the racetrack, you see some of the crew members watching these cars. It is the Carolina Crate Modifieds that are on track right now. And if you look at these cars, you think about it, they look just like a touring NASCAR Smart Modified Race of Champions car. The difference is the engine package. Bottom line, that's all it is. A 602 engine on the power plant. So, just watching some of the more stuff going around the pits. This practice session underway for the Carolina Crate Modified Series. We're in our final segment. They got somebody going around with an ice truck. Okay, if you need some ice, he's got ice for you on this hot day. Ice. He's got ice. Look at that ice. That's awesome. Look at these cars right here. Beautiful looking race cars. Some more of these Carolina Mini Stock Challenge and National Compact Touring Series cars here. Thanks to our veterans, thanks to our military. I'm digging the American flag and the numbers, just like this one right here with the driver of Ricky Hauser Jr., the American flag in the door number. So that's really, really cool. Thanks to them. Are you Ricky? Come here, Ricky. Let's holler at Ricky. And I got a feeling, looking at all these cars, this is a military man as well. So if you were in the military, thank you for your service also for our country.
Thank you.
What's it mean to be a part of this? A mini stock driver racing at North Wilkesboro Speedway. And, of course, having the opportunity, we appreciate you being on Finish Line.
Well, honestly, we know we don't have the car to win out here, but being in something as big as this, you can't just pass that up. So whether you think you're going to win or not, you got to be here. This is huge.
By the way, use hashtag Finish Line at Wesley Outland when you tag that picture. So we'll promote you, you promote us. But awesome race last night. The National Compact Touring Machines put on a phenomenal show. Robert Straminska, I know he ended up winning that race, but he didn't win it by a lot. There was a battle for you guys.
No, I'm going to tell you, it was a really good show. They had a really good tire battle last night. I've seen quite a few lead changes, but this track is super abrasive. It puts on a good show.
For sure. What do you take from this practice sessions here to prepare for what should be history repeating itself Wednesday night here at North Wilkesboro?
Just going to be patient. Try to be there at the end. Save enough tire to maybe get up to the front.
All right, man. Well, we'll let you go. Thank you so much. Hashtag Finish Line at Wesley Outland and Ricky Hauser Jr. Thank you for your service for our country. Some of the National Compact Touring Series Carolina Crate Machines here at the North Wilkesboro Speedway. I'm being told we've got less than 2 minutes. I'm going to try to start making my way back towards the front straightaway as I will. We'll try to do that as we are closing in to the end of our program. There you see some more of these cars. Oh, my goodness, man. Look at this. I'm digging this. Look at this. Oh, my, wow. Check that out, Charles. Look at that. That is so awesome. Jesse Yopp's car with the Joker on it. AJ Sanders in the house, one of the greats of mini stocks. I wanted to try to grab a word with him, but I think he's already left the building. AJ Stanton. Jesse, is that you? I love the Joker on the car, Jesse Young.
Hey, thank you. We have two cars. We got a green one and a purple one, just like this.
Yes, the concept behind doing that.
Well, my wife was a big villain fan, so and she loves Heath Ledger as the Joker. So we kind of ran with it. It's kind of went on. It's our trademark. So everything we've got's really got Joker on it. So it's pretty cool. Like I said, our pit box. I mean, all of our stuff. I mean,
Got Batman, but Joker's there. I like it as well. And besides Jack Nicholson is the Joker, I think Heath Ledger was bottom line the best as well.
Yeah, he was Jack. Yeah, Jack was a pretty good one. But I tell you, Phoenix Rivers, he was, man. I tell you what, that was psychotic in that role that he did. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
How much fun you having at North Wilkesboro? What did it mean to be a part of this here, Mr. Yop?
It's very special. I mean, to walk out here last night, the fans stacked up, packed. I mean, it was just an incredible feeling. Just to be able to be part of it was great.
That young man right there, Jesse, I don't even think he even realized it's another day in the office for that Paulie Hartwig III. I don't even realize he knows how much history he made.
Oh, yeah, 11-year-old. I tell you what, he can wheel a car. I tell you what, it's a lot of great guys here today, modifieds, Carolina mods, mini stocks. I tell you, it's a great show and great field of cars.
Steve Mendoza, what are you doing? What do you want from me? Only fitting to have a Steve Mendoza sighting. Indianapolis, Daytona, North Wilkesboro. The guy will follow me anywhere.
I don't know who he is.
He's with Andy Jankowiak.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling. I mean, be down here. You got a lot of people. I mean, Dale Jr. here, Ryan Newman, Hartwig was here yesterday. I mean, it's good. I mean, these guys are coming out supporting the track. And, I mean, it showed last night. Look at the fans.
And I will say this, and I said it when we came on the air 2 hours ago, the powers that be of NASCAR that were behind the scenes or undercover, they were here. They need what they needed to see. They loved it. I think that gives them a knocking on the door. But again, we got a long way to go, I believe, before we reach that level. But it could possibly happen if you got to support the racetrack.
Oh, yeah, you got to support the racetrack. I mean, I think what NASCAR did was they've got a way. I mean, short track racing. These mile-and-a-half cookie-cutter tracks, I mean, they're boring races. I mean, you look at the stands and stuff, the fan levels has went down and stuff. People's just not following it no more like they need to. I mean, what they need to do is they need to take these tires. They have these guys when Junior and Dale Earnhardt Sr. and all them used to run these things. They had tires and stuff. They wore out after 25, 30 laps. You had to be a race car driver to drive these cars back then. Now you can get anybody in these cars. They drive like you're driving on this freeway and stuff. And basically, I mean, it's all about daddy's money. I mean, you got a lot of daddy's money.
I will say, though, as somebody that works in the sport, I do think the racing's been really good this year with that new next-gen car.
They have been. They've changed it up a lot with that and everything. But I really think they need to start bringing back some short-track racing.
Hashtag more short tracks.
Yeah, exactly.
Go get them, Joker. Jesse Yop, thanks for your time, man. There you go, finish line. Jesse Yop, there's debriefs, people going over their cars after practice. But this is it. We're going to get off the air here. We're going to make our way back towards the front straightaway, and we will we'll part ways. Hey, there's one of the new cars, the Brew Racing Team. Greg Brew, Pete Brew. Who's this one? Pete Brew, which one? So there's one of the Brew Racing entries. This is a tube chassis car, by the way, that can run dirt and pavement. One of the new cars that showed up today. So always good seeing. I think it's Pete Brew, maybe Greg Brew. I have not had a chance to work on my announcer notes yet, obviously, because I've been busy working. There's Buddy. One more time, Buddy. Farewell to him. Thank you for the invocation for the race. Thank you, sir. Look at all these other cars. One more time. Brian Rogleski getting ready to roll out. Ready for their first round practice. Ryan Rogleski. It's starting to heat up. Wednesday. What better place to be than at a racetrack? BJ Thrasher. I love all the guys. I love them all. Charles, you'll get a kick out of this one.
Here's the guy that I accidentally had take over as a host, as a guest on the show when a bee attacked me in the studio. Brandon, what's up, man? What you working on, brother?
We changed a little rear end gear real quick, see if we can't get some more straightaway speed.
That's a driver under the race car, people. You want to wonder why he kicks ass at Wake County. He's won every race. Won at Caraway, won at Ace, won at Florence and Dillon, Carteret County, Goodyear. Hell, I lost count. It's because you work on this car all damn week.
Yes, sir. We try to make every little change we can to get. These cars are so competitive and so many fast cars. You got to do every little thing you can to gain every even just 100th of a second. That's what we're doing now, just trying to gain a little bit of speed, see if we can't end up on top of that building today.
And I know you'll follow me. I'll see you at Wake County on Friday night.
Yes, sir. We'll see you.
Look at to go for his 9th straight win. That's Brandon Clements from the Coastal Beach of North Carolina, all the way from Hubert, North Carolina. Brandon Clements and crew working on that car. Hey, so there's all the rest of everybody working, the crew's thrashing, everything that's going on. The Knipe family is here. Where's Shane at? Shane Knipe. I'm going to grab Shane. I'm going to grab the Knipe family. I definitely want to grab him before we go off the air. Just randomly going in people's hollers, Charles, right? I wanted to find him. I can't find him. Oh, well. I wanted to get his thoughts, but I don't see him. So I wanted to grab Shane Knipe, but I don't see him. So there's the Knipe family out of Hildebrand, North Carolina. That crew brought 3 race cars with them at the same time. Check out the souvenirs. I just want to show this real quickly to some people. The souvenirs here. If you're coming to the racetrack, I'm knocking on the door here. If you're coming to the racetrack for this event, or if you want to check out some of the awesome, if you want to check out some of the awesome apparel that is here, I just wanted to jump here real quickly and show you live on our coverage. I'm with the track. I'm one of the announcers, and we're doing a broadcast live. So here's some of the cool apparel that is available, part of the Racetrack Revival. You've got these awesome looking T-shirts. We'll go down the line here. See the patches, you see the stickers, you see the hats, can coolers. That's probably my favorite T-shirt between that one and that one right there. Those are my 2 favorite T-shirts. This is a close third if you're into that retro 70s look to match with those women bell bottoms. Collectors? That's a what?
A lady style shirt.
That's a lady shirt. I kind of figured that. Put those ladies bell bottoms on because the 70s there is back and you got them. So look at all these cool things. If it's loud for the kids, they got the earmuffs, obviously, little checkered flags, all those cool stuff, hats, sunglasses, yeah, baby, sunglasses, a pennant like baseball or football, they got you covered. And people have already started buying. Hey guys, they're already starting to buy. Yes. Yeah, go ahead, Miss Donna. Go ahead.
A portion of the proceeds at this location go to Wilkes Rescue Group. It's a local dog rescue here in Wilkes County.
So a portion of the proceeds from all of these souvenirs go to the Wilkes Rescue Group. I see you're wearing a sticker right there, so I will show that. So I just wanted to jump in here and say that. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right. So there you go. And I think that they got towels. And, of course, Speedway Motorsports involved in all this as well. Yes. And my girlfriend would love you because you're an Auburn fan. I'm an Alabama fan. Roll Tide. There you go. Okay. So, Charles, cue up our music, brother. I'm getting ready to show you one more final time a look at the racetrack. And can I say this? We did it. We successfully did it. Man, how cool is this? We certainly hope you've enjoyed it. Practice is ongoing. This is Wednesday coverage here for the Racetrack Revival. It has been awesome. You see all of the work that's going on as Joe Fleener and a couple of more modified cars are on the racetrack. Tormods, Carolina Crate 602 Modified Series, the mini stocks. I have hyped this up as much as I think I know how to do. And most of all, I am so glad And most of all, I am so glad that you were able to be a part of it. This was a very special day. I'm going to sit down for a minute before we sign off. This was a very special day that included going from the tower onto the racetrack, going in the pits, grabbing interviews, and so much more. I wanted to just put that out. So many people behind the scenes. Sorry about that. I was trying to make sure I had the right adjustments and settings. So many people behind the scenes that make this happen. Charles Wooten, love you, in Texas, director, producer. The people behind Rocket Media and LSR Productions for our live feed. Everybody that tunes in to the replays or live on Fox Sports Radio, the Carolinas, iHeartRadio, Spreaker, Spotify, all the podcast outlets that have the replays up. It has been exciting. It has been fun. Watch NWS.com with the Wednesday night Racetrack Revival. Thanks to everybody with Marcus Smith, Brandon Brown, the folks at Speedway Motorsports Incorporated, North Wilkesboro Speedway, and everybody that's involved in the events with Racetrack Revival. I am Wesley Outland from the pits. Thanks for tuning in. Over 2 hours of coverage on Finish Line. We'll do it again another time live at a racetrack. You never know where we'll be. And, of course, we're in studio next Wednesday. God bless you all. Check out the Racetrack Revival in attendance August and October, or watch it live across the world. Good night. Good afternoon. God bless.
Your CRN, my CRN, our CRN. We are CRN. The Community Radio Network now and the new WCRN 87.9 FM. And still always anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN. Welcome to the Community Radio Network. Follow us always via social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at CRN Sports. Plus, listen to the new CRN 87.9 and still anywhere worldwide at wearecrn.com. We are CRN.
Let me tell you about MPM. McAllister Precision Marketing. They can assist up-and-coming racers with career advancement, promotion, and assist in sponsorship procurement. MPM also has media and professional etiquette training. They work with premier driver development teams and limited late models to late models. And they also help the teams to make it up to the levels of K&N, ARCA, Truck Series, and even NASCAR Xfinity. Contact Tanya McAllister today at McAllister Precision Marketing, 803-361-6199. Today, get on the board with MPM.
CrateInsider.com is your one source for crate racing tech and more. Whether you currently race with a crate engine or you are thinking about getting into the sport, our website has what you need. CrateInsider.com has tech videos, interviews with experts, and the best products in the industry. Dyno tested and proven, so we know they are the best products for crate engines. Visit CrateInsider.com today to get on the fast track to victory lane.
This episode is an exclusive production solely for the private, non-commercial use of our listening audience. Any publication, reproduction, transmission of the accounts without the express written consent or permission is restricted and prohibited. To hear this replay or other previous podcasts, download on iHeartRadio, iTunes Radio, and TuneIn. As always, this show is for you. Thank you for listening.